Yeah, all it takes is one metamorphosis to really change things. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on us content. Later today, we are going to be seeing hopefully the rest of the reveals for this set, which means Kongs should have pre-sales raging up for you this afternoon for you to be able to get everything that you are going to want from this set. And of course, I want to remind everybody, discount code MCO40 will actually save you on your purchase on anything that you're going to want from Kongs, which is actually really, really good value. So, Metamorphosis. We got this card back at 3 in Master Duel, which has sparked up a giant conversation of, is the TCG going to move this card to, 3 in the future? Well, that's what we're here to discuss. We're here to look at the, availability of these. I will say, though, these QCRs, if there's one to kind of consider, I mean, these are $31 a piece right now. We don't know if it's going to happen, but if this does come back, I do kind of wonder if some of like the super rares and things will kind of move. Because if you've noticed over time, I mean, like super metas have been dropping down. A lot of the super high rarity goat stuff has kind of been all over the place throughout the years. But to see that these are, pretty consistent right now, I feel is very interesting. But you got a lot of things to really consider with these cards because, thank you, Metamorphosis. I absolutely appreciate you blocking out on that. Well, either way, your takeaway here is you've got $2. You've got Platinums, which are $2.50s. You had the ones from the tins, which were $1.36, which I don't think those are too bad. It's just going to depend on, do you believe that this card's going to come back? And if so, where are we going to go? Thousand Eyes or Strix have evidently been moving. I mean, this makes sense, right? You bring back Metamorphosis, Thousand Eyes or Strix is going to kind of do the wave. And also, to be fair, I mean, he's been the hide-and-seek champion. He didn't get a QCR. He's not gotten a Starlight Rare. I don't know how this card has somehow managed to avoid as much of the spotlight as we have seen here with these. But I mean, like, these are $18 a piece. Anniversary Pharaoh's versions are still 17s. Pharaoh Servant Original Prints, I mean, you can get damaged, but mark price is still 13. Secrets are 10s. These are 10s. Retro packs, hey, look, these are $10. I'm not surprised about that. These are 6s. I mean, they're moving along, to say the least. So we've definitely got some good, strong value within this card. But like I said, the minute you bring back, Metamorphosis, of course this card's going to naturally follow it up. Are you guys surprised to see Black Whirlwinds being a topic of conversation? So once again, Edison players will buy up high rarity cards because they want to play them in their decks. It has been a very consistent approach for a while now. People see high rarity, they go, okay, this is good. These are $69 a piece now, which I love this $555 copy down here, but they continue to move up. Now, do we think we're going to get a break from this? No. I think whatever small quantities of these exist is it, people. I don't think you're going to see a world where these cards are going to get any cheaper anytime soon. It's the reality of things, right? Like, high rarity exists to absolutely get obliterated. This one's quite interesting, because didn't we just get, like, a magical Android reprint a little while back? Like, I feel like I must have missed something with this, but dual terminals are still $11. That's fine. They're dual terminal cards. Like, they're expected to be high rarity. The super rares have gained value again. Turbo pack versions, these are $4 a piece on the rares. Legendary Collection Ultras, these are $4 to $5. And secret rares from Battles of Legend, or Monster Mayhem, excuse me, these are $4 a piece. I'm actually surprised that Android is just consistently doing the same. But once again, I mean, when you go back to the older formats and you spin back the dial here, you're forced to look at this card and go, oh, okay, I understand why this is doing decently well. It was probably one of the best synchros that you had access to back in that block, and it also granted you life points. Like, it makes sense as to why these cards are as good as they actually are. And of course, I guess Fusion Destiny's going bonkers right now. The QCRs are still like $29, which I feel like is fine, but Ultimate rares are still $16. So this is a good thing, right? Considering the fact that we've had how many buyouts happening as the days go by on some of these cards, to see something like the ultimate rare Fusion Destiny still being intact, by the way, I think is a good sign. It tells me that the market's not going batshit crazy on things, and there's a little bit of a stabilization actually happening, which is fine. You still get platinum rares for dollars, people. Like, I think that's fine. I wanted to dig into some of the things that have been happening right now in Rarity 5. Just kind of taking a scroll through some of the best-selling. Ash Blossom Starlight Rares have actually become one of the best-selling cards in the set. Now, truthfully, am I surprised about that? No, not really. Right now, Ash is one of those cards that will kind of continue to have mainstay meta application because the card's just gosh darn it good. And the fact that, you know, we have a card that acts as a hand trap and got new art and actually looks good in its new art. Like, that's the thing, right? You need these cards to come in new art and actually look good, but $42 is where you're sitting. It's been fluctuating between $40 and $42 for a little while. Now, surprisingly enough, one of the next best-selling cards ends up being the Blue Eyes White Dragon. If you have paid any attention to this game throughout the years, you will know the same consistent thing that happens all the time. Blue Eyes White Dragon, anything to the collector, like, you got people out there, I kid you not, they're going to pick up three of every, or they're going to pick up at least one of every Blue Eyes White Dragon they can get their hands on. And this is, I think, one of those good key examples. You know, to be fair, the Ultras are $5 a piece at the moment on these. I do think there might be an undulation eventually with these. Maybe the card does go up more, but still only 142 listings at this far in the set's release is kind of interesting. We also see Dark Magician Girl doing the exact same thing. I mean, this card didn't even, to be fair, it looks like they just slapped the OK over the censorship and just called it a day. But these Ultras, in my opinion, they don't look as good. Like, they have the more plain background. And this is where, like, the foiling is supposed to kind of come in and cover this up. But you don't get that luxury with these other versions of the card. So, I mean, $6 is what you're dealing with on these. So we'll see how this goes in the future. Dragon's Mind Starlight Rares. These are incredibly cheap. To be fair, this card's meta application hasn't been too crazy as of late. It's a good side deck choice for you to have. Now, Solemn Accusation is going to be coming out here, which is probably going to change up some of the meta with how we're looking with these, but $15 to $16 right now isn't terrible for these. Dark Sage, this is one of the collector's cards. You know, we watched this card kind of fall down from, I mean, 22, but I mean, like, these were a little bit more. A pre-sale price at $5. Somebody had these up for $5 a piece. That's crazy. Dark Sage, I mean, it's just a classic card, man. Of course this was going to have some value. If you didn't expect this card to be worth a little bit, you don't know how this game works. It's interesting. IP Masquerena. You know, I'm happy to see that this version of the card is very, very cheap, considering the fact that, you know, we're pushing, what, like $12 a piece? All real things considered, this card is very, very, very strong still to this day. And new upgraded art's good. Called by the Grave, same thing. You know, considering the fact that the other high rarity Called by the Grave is on a $140 price point just to get some Evil Twins on the art, it's crazy. But meanwhile, you know, you get the nice alternative here. The alternative coming in at a nice $10 is perfectly fine. As long as I don't have to spend a crazy amount of money to get a nice looking version of a card, that's all the player base wants. And then Stake Your Souls. We finally get Starlights of these. Coming in at $10 a piece, which is, I guess, not bad. Considering the fact that the former high rarity of this, or the former rarity of this in general, was worth money, and you know, you can kind of turn back here and actually see, you know, alternative wise, you know, these are coming in at another decent price point, is actually not too bad. So how is today's market holding up with everything? It's good, but a reminder, you know, we will see pre-sales probably roll out later this afternoon, so kind of keep that in mind as the day is going here. So please, if you comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.